Hey guys, what is up? It is Spooky Noodles, and I am here with a book haul. I said I wouldn't do this because I forgot the books that I actually got, but I remembered. So I'm gonna bring to you a book mail. I'm sorry about that, not a book haul. I keep making that mistake. Oh well. We have some books here that I thought I'd give a shot. Some of them I already had. Well, actually, two of them I already had, but I didn't have these covers, so I went ahead and got them. They were for free, so, and I'm switching out the covers, so, like, it was one of those swap boxes, so I put my version of Salem's Lot in there, which is in better condition, but I just don't like the cover. So, I switched the Salem's, oh, well, I already said the first book, didn't I? Salem's Lot. Yeah. I hear great things about this vampire story by Stephen King. Mine had like just a plain person on the cover, and it was kind of boring. But this one has like a house on fire. I'm like, what is up with that? So, big chunker of a book. I think it's like 600 pages. 600, and my dry fingers here. 653 pages. So I'm looking very forward to reading this. Stephen King does an excellent job with writing everything. Like, he's one of my favorite authors, if you didn't know. Even though I've only read like 6 books by him. I've read Cujo, Carrie, The Outsider, Christine, Skeleton Crew, Night Shift. And I think maybe there was one more, but I can't remember at the moment. I feel like there was another novel that I read. Oh, Pet Sematary. How could I forget that? It's like one of my favorite books. Pet Sematary. Yeah, 7 books I've read by Stephen King. So, I'm thinking Salem's Lot's gonna be the 8th book I read because it sounds very interesting. I'll read the back, but if you don't know, well, now you'll know, homie. Ben Mears has returned to Jerusalem's Lot in hopes that living in an old mansion, long the subject of town lore, will help him cast out his own devils and provide inspiration for his new book. But when two young boys venture into the woods and only one comes out alive, Mears begins to realize that there may be something sinister at work and that his hometown is under siege by forces of darkness far beyond his control. So that sounds hella interesting. Stephen King is like the master of writing kids. I don't know why he's so good at writing kids. Then again, I like to think I'm good at writing kids, but I don't know. Maybe he just has a knack for writing children, and I have no idea why. It's amazing how good he is at writing kids, and he's just a great writer overall. I mean, if you don't know who Stephen King is, you've been living under a rock. I mean, people who don't even like horror read Stephen King. I'm not saying Stephen King is like exclusive to horror, but you know, he's definitely a highlight in the horror community. So that's Salem's Lot. Then I got a book that I thought I'd try. I tried his book Ghoul. Wasn't a big fan of it. I mean, I liked the story. I gave it like 3 stars. But it didn't impress me at all, and it wasn't like, okay, I gotta read another book by him right away. So that's Brian Keene's The Rising is what I got. It's a zombie book, and everyone's burnt out on zombies, but I actually have only read one zombie book, and that is Under the Treehouse, or Below the Treehouse. Below the Treehouse was by Matt Hayward. I got an itch on my nose. Below the Treehouse was by Matt Hayward, and that was a 5-star book. It was amazing. But I thought I'd give Brian Keene another shot. I owned a bunch of him, and then I read Gould, and I got rid of all my Brian Keene books. But now I got this one, and I was like, it's in pretty decent shape. So I thought why not give it a shot? It's only like 320 pages long, or actually, let me tell you the real length. I'll be shocked if it's actually 320 pages long. 321 pages long. I was so hella close. But, yeah, I was thinking about giving Brian Keene a shot. Because it's not like Ghoul was bad. It was, I actually enjoyed it, but it was a 3-star read. It didn't impress me. It doesn't have me running to go buy more of his books like Grandmasterton, you know. So, but we'll see. We will see. We will see. All right, next is a curiosity book. I was very curious by the synopsis, so I went ahead and grabbed it. That's Nightblood by T. Chris Martindale. And from what I gather, it's about a Vietnam War vet. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different book. Hold on, let me read the back for you guys. And I'll read. Well, hold on, let me read the back for The Rising real quick. Nothing stays dead for long. The dead are returning to life, intelligent, determined, and very hungry. Escape seems impossible for Jim Thurman, one of the few left alive in this nightmare world. But Jim's young son is also alive and in grave danger hundreds of miles away. Despite astronomical odds, Jim vows to find him or die trying. Joined by the elderly preacher, a guilt-ridden scientist, and an ex-prostitute, Jim sets out on his cross-country rescue mission. Together they must battle both the living and the living dead, and the even greater evil that awaits them at the end of their journey. So that was Brian Keene's Rising. Now let's go back up to Nightblood. Sorry about that. I keep forgetting to read synopsises to you guys. The Jungle, Vietnam. Chris Styles is more than a soldier. He's a born hunter. In a single shocking moment on patrol, he earns his first taste of a whole other war. Not the war between Grunt and Kong, but between the living and the undead. Central Park, New York City. More than animal, less than human, a predator strikes once again, claiming his prey. But this victim will have his vengeance. Flesh no longer, spirit forever. He will guide Chris Styles as closely as a brother into the world of timeless, blood-famished evil. Isherwood, Indiana. A quiet, typical small town, nestled in America's heart. Here, the most savage onslaught of the vampires will gather force. Here, Chris Styles, as familiar to death as a quarry, will complete his final search and destroy mission against the ultimate enemy. Only if he can only because he must. Wait, what? Oh, there's a period there. There's like a crease, so I can't see the period. Only if he can, because he must. So yeah, Nightblood. And then now we have gotten to the last one. And I have this one in hardback, but yeah, I saw this and I like this cover better than the one I own. So I went ahead and grabbed it, and that's Haunted by Chuck Palahniuk. Let me read the back. It's a collection of short stories, so yeah. Yeah. Haunted is a novel, huh? I thought it was a collection. Hold on. Let me read on. Haunted is a novel made up of stories. Oh, never mind. 23 of the most horrifying, hilarious, mind-blowing, stomach-churning tales you'll ever encounter. They are told by the people who have answered an ad headlined Artist's Retreat. Abandon your life for 3 months. They are led to believe that they will leave behind all the distractions of real life that are keeping them from creating a masterpiece that is in them. But here turns out to be a cavernous and ornate old theater where they are utterly isolated from the outside world, and where heat and power, and most importantly food, are in increasingly short supply. And the more desperate the circumstances become, the more desperate the stories they tell, and the more devious their machinations, I can't say that, to make themselves the hero of the inevitable play, movie, nonfiction blockbuster that will certainly be made from the right plight. From their plight. Oh my god, I can't talk today. So that's kind of weird. So it's a bunch of short stories that revolve around the same premise. That's what I'm gathering. Oh, this is like a printing error. That's weird. Wait, what am I looking at? Is this where the book starts? Why is there numbers on this page? That's so weird. Oh, I get why there's numbers on the page. It tells you what chapter you're on, and it tells you how many chapters there are left. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Okay, well, I have no idea, but I'm looking forward to reading this nevertheless, and we'll get to it. So, which book am I most excited for? Well, that's obvious. Stephen King's Salem's Lot. It's a chunker, and I have no idea when I'm actually going to read it, but it's in pretty good condition, and the other one I had just seemed boring, so very happy to own this book. I have a bunch of Stephen King books. That's probably the next collection video I'll do. I have a lot of hardbacks and a lot of paperbacks. I have no idea if I have first editions or not, so I don't really pay attention to that stuff. I just buy books to buy books, you know, so if I have like Carrie, then I have Carrie. But the only thing I don't have right now that I really want is a paperback version of Cujo. That's like literally the only Stephen King book that I don't have. Except for the Mercedes series. I have no interest in the Mercedes series because it sounds more crime than horror, and I'm not interested in that. So even if it has a really cool character in it, that was in The Outsider, I just have no interest in reading the Mercedes series, trilogy, whatever. But other than that, I have like all of his books, except for his newest one. Well, his two newest ones, Institute and If It Bleeds, which this dude is still writing, like, he's got to be in his 70s and he's still writing. It's crazy. I hope I have that longevity, but my family's genes are not that great, so I'm probably going to live to 50, to be honest. But that's a young me talking. I'm going to, like, fast forward it to when I'm 50, and I'll be like, wow, I can't believe I said that. I want to live till at least 70, and then I'll get to 70, I'll be like, these whippersnappers don't even understand. But something like that. I don't know why I talk like that, but that's how I talk if I was old. These whippersnappers don't even understand. Get off my lawn. But yeah, Salem's Lot. That is my book mail. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. A writing vlog coming soon. Hopefully a review soon. I did not finish the book like I thought I was going to that one day, yesterday. And today is the last day, I believe, to read for this Halloween-a-thon. So I apologize. But I'm failing, and I apologize. But I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you have a spooky night, and I'll catch you in the next video. I am cold, y'all. Peace out.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.